we used to work non-stop until I made these simple changes. I used to feel like we could never stop working. If I wasn't editing, I was answering emails. And if I wasn't answering emails, I was posting on Instagram. And if I wasn't doing that, I was double checking to make sure that we weren't behind on something. Constantly checking in to see when things were due, to make sure that we were on track, all on top of trying to grow our business and start new creative projects. And honestly, it was exhausting. I felt like we had a business that required us to be on all of the time. And that was not what I wanted. But over time, we started making small changes, things that at first didn't seem like a big deal, but they completely transformed how we worked. And the crazy part, we didn't just have a ton of time, we actually started making more money while working less. So today, I want to chat with you about those changes. No fancy business jargon, no complicated strategies, just real simple shifts that you can make in your business too, so that you're not drowning in work like we were. So let's get into it. The first thing that we changed, we stopped customizing every single client interaction. This one was a game changer. We used to customize every single email for every single client. Every inquiry that came in, I would sit down, I would type this whole personalized response, thinking that it made a difference. And you know what? It didn't. I mean, yes, clients love a personal touch, but they don't need a handcrafted essay every time they're asking for pricing. So we switched things up. We set up automated email responses in 17 Hats that still sound like us, still warm, still friendly, but now they go out almost instantly. Couples get all of the info that they need right away without me having to stop what I'm doing, drop everything, and write a personalized response to every email. Couples don't care that it's automated. They just want their questions answered quickly. They want to see your offerings, make sure that you fit within their budget, and if you're even available. The second change we made, we stopped editing every single wedding film ourselves. I'll admit, this one took me forever to let go. I used to believe that I had to personally edit every single wedding film because I thought no one could do it exactly how I like to do it. And that is the truth. Yes, maybe they don't do it exactly like me, but guess what? That doesn't mean that it's not going to be good. So I finally let go of the first pass editing. Now, we have an editor who handles the first rough cut. And I only step in for the final tweaks, the storytelling, and color, basically putting on the finishing touches to our films. And honestly, that small change has saved us days of work. Why was I spending 30+ hours on an edit when I didn't need to? It was slowing us down, it was delaying delivery times, and it was keeping us from booking more couples and working on other projects. Now, I get edits back so much faster, and I just step in at the end to make all of the final magic happen. If you're still editing everything yourself and feeling overwhelmed, just try it. Even if you train someone on just one part of your process, maybe it's just culling, maybe it's just the highlight film, or maybe it's just color, or maybe it's all of those. Figure out your pain points and where you're spending the most time in your business. I promise you, it will change your life. The third change we made was we started selling easy add-ons without a lot of extra work. So for the longest time, we were leaving so much money on the table, and we didn't even realize it. So couples that would book their package in the beginning, they would make their selections up front, and that was it. We weren't checking in before the wedding, and we definitely weren't following up after to remind them about add-ons. We were just assuming that if they wanted something, that they would ask about it. But here's the thing, most couples don't know what they want until later. Before the wedding, they're just overwhelmed with all of the planning and the budgeting and everything. But after, that's when they see their highlight film and they just completely fall in love with it. And they just want to see more. So now, instead of treating add-ons like a one-time decision at booking, we actually make them available at any time. So we check in before the wedding, we see if they want to add extra coverage or an extra hour, maybe a wedding teaser or raw footage. But the biggest opportunity is actually after the wedding. Once they've watched their highlight film, we follow up with an email offering things like upgrading to a doc film or raw footage or even a video album and some other things. And if they still haven't upgraded, we actually send one more final last chance reminder before we archive their footage. and sometimes offer a small discount with that to create urgency. And I will tell you, recently we have had so many couples upgrade, and it's just been so nice knowing that they get all of their footage from the day, or they upgrade to a doc film just to see more. And so many of them have been so happy with it, and we have just been loving it as well. And let me tell you, when couples love their film, they want more. They want to relive those moments, they want to hear the vows again, they want to watch the speeches in full. And because we've structured our add-ons to be flexible, we're making more money without a lot of extra work. So if you're not offering add-ons before and after a wedding, start. Give your couples multiple chances to upgrade, because trust me, they want it. They just don't always realize it at first. The fourth change, we created a faster booking process. This one used to drive me nuts. We'd had a great call with a couple, they seemed super interested, and then we'd had answered all of their questions, and then we would just wait. Days would go by, and sometimes weeks before they actually booked. And it wasn't that they weren't interested, it was just friction in the process, really. There were too many steps, too much back and forth. So we actually changed the way that we do bookings. Now, if we have a call with a couple that we truly want to book, we don't wait for them to officially say, yes, we're ready to book. Instead, right after the call, we send them a quote and contract immediately. And here's the thing, that little change makes such a huge difference. Instead of having them come back later and request it, it's already sitting in their inbox. They can review it, they can sign, and they can even pay their deposit whenever they're ready. So no extra emails, no delays. And the only reason we're able to do this fast is because we have systems, workflows, and templates in place. Everything is set up ahead of time so that all we have to do is basically click a button and boom, contract sent. And here's something else we have noticed. Because of how simple and clear our pricing and packages page is on our website, we actually have been getting way fewer phone calls and more bookings directly through email. Couples don't feel like they need to hop on a call to understand what they're getting, who's shooting it, because it's actually all laid out for them. Honestly, I wish we had done this sooner. Less back and forth, faster bookings, and way less ghosting. If you don't already have a clear, easy booking system, get one up. It will change everything. And the last one for you today, we stopped stressing about posting on social media every day. This one, it's a big mind shift for me personally. I actually quit social media 2 years ago. I don't even have Instagram on my phone anymore, and it was just too much of a time sucker, and I just found myself constantly feeling like I had to keep up, I had to post more, I had to do more, and honestly, it just wasn't worth it. Social media is always changing. The algorithm shifts, engagement drops, and no matter how much effort you put in, your posts just aren't getting in front of potential clients the way that they used to. And once I realized this, I decided we need to step away. So now, the only time I go on Instagram is when I tag team with Justin to help him post on our business Instagram page. And this is when it actually serves a purpose, like showcasing our work, updating our feed, or connecting with vendors. But I'm not scrolling, I'm not worrying about daily posts, and I'm definitely not wasting hours to beat the algorithm. Instead, we've shifted our focus to something that actually brings consistent bookings, building real relationships with vendors and planners, and just really upping our client experience game. We started networking more with planners, photographers, and venues, and just making sure that we were on the referral list. And we just put more energy to making sure that our couples had such an incredible experience that they wanted to refer us. And guess what? It worked so much better than trying to beat the algorithm on Instagram. Now, we use social media as a portfolio. It's not about chasing likes or going viral for us. It's about making sure that potential clients who do find us can see that we're active, see that we're legit, and that we're delivering high quality work. And that's the key. It doesn't matter if you're not posting every single day, but it does matter that we're posting maybe every week or so, that we're showing that we're active and that we're in business. And that's all couples really need to see. The daily grind, not necessary. So if you've been stressing about posting on Instagram every day, let it go. Instead, focus on building real connections, improving your client experience, and making sure every couple that works with you becomes a walking referral for your business. Trust me, it will take you way further than any Instagram trend ever will. So if there's one thing I've learned in the last few years, it's that running a successful business doesn't mean you have to work yourself into the ground. We used to think that the only way to grow was to do more, to post more, to work more, to edit more, and just consistently be available. But the truth is, the biggest growth came when we actually simplified. Each of these changes, automating our emails, outsourcing parts of our editing, offering flexible add-ons, streamlining our booking process, and stepping back from social media burnout, they weren't huge, complicated overhauls, but they were small shifts that completely changed how we work and how we live. And that's what I want you to take away from this video. You don't have to do everything all at once. Start with just one change. Maybe it's creating an automated email workflow, or maybe it's setting up a system to offer post-wedding add-ons. Whatever it is, take one step towards working smarter and not harder. And I love to hear from you. What's one thing in your business that's taking way too much of your time? Drop it in the comments below and let's talk about it, because I guarantee there's a way to make it easier. And hey, if this video helped you, do me a favor. Hit the like and subscribe and tap the bell so you don't miss what's coming next. We've got more behind the scenes, workflow tips, and real talks about running a business without burnout, so you don't want to miss it. All right, I'm gonna get back to work before the kids come home from school and the chaos begins. But in the meantime, if you haven't checked out my other video of how we set up our workflow in 17 Hats yet, check it out over here. It's definitely one that you don't want to miss. I take you inside our system, share with you some templated emails, and it's just so helpful, and I hope you take a look. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.